cans shake, beer cans rage, chrome throws sparks in the dark. It's about to be one wild race. Tape down, tailgate slam, dust on boots, badge on the cam. Small town pride, big stage fight. All eyes locked on the stripe tonight. It's Friday night NASCAR on the FWM network. Four wide, door to door, turn it up, let it hurt. From the short track speedways out to the dirt. Four wide motorsports, light it up, let it burn. The heat waves dance on the backstretch. Spotters call tied on the headset. One more lap till legends are made. Name on the wall, a fade away. Friday night NASCAR on the FWM network. Four wide, door to door, turn it up, let it hurt. From the short track speedways out to the dirt. Four wide motorsports, light it up, let it burn. Fire in the pipes, thunder in the seats. From the shop floor grind to the big show heat. This is your night, this is your turn. Four wide motorsports, let the horses run. Tonight, it's Friday night NASCAR on the FWM network. Four wide, door to door, turn it up, let it hurt. From the short track speedways out to the dirt. Four wide motorsports, light it up, let it burn.
for the Kansas 110, brought to you by Eastern Technical Designs. This is the chase for the championship. I'm joined in the booth by Mr. Chris Golden, Mr. ARCA himself. How are we doing tonight, Chris?
Oh, what's up, buddy? I'll be honest with you, man. I would much rather be out there on the track. But looking at this lineup, I mean, starting on the front row with Daniel Michelle and Hunter Carlson, number 1 and number 2 in the points, they were right there ahead of me. This is going to be a shootout, I think.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. And talking about who's on the front row, let's go through your starting grid right now. As you mentioned, we got Daniel Michelle in first place in the 25, Hunter Carlson in the 23 in second, Wayne Cannon in third in the 29, Paul Dillon in fourth in the 113, Robert Weevil in fifth in the 53, Ron Walters in sixth in the 99, Yogi Teschler in the seventh, in 12th, and we're green, sorry, and Harold Rothery, Emmett Smith. We missed the starting lineup there. Sorry about that, folks, but we're green light racing right now, and they're off.
Man, Wayne Cannon jumping out already challenging Daniel Michelle. That's not something we see a lot in FWM. I mean, he is the lead coordinator. He's usually kind of hanging back, kind of watching how things develop. But he's like, you know what? I want this lead right now, and he's jumping out there quick.
You're absolutely right, Chris. Wayne just kind of sits in the back for the most part, but lately I've noticed that he's been charging up to the start or the beginning, the front of the pack lately. So good for him. This is going to be a way for him to get more points and jump up in the championship.
When I'm watching our little ticker over on the left side here, newcomer Christensen, he's kind of climbed up the ladder a little bit. He's up to 11th now. Already got by Emmett Crow and Mindfu Jones. Him and Mindfu kind of moving through the field just a little bit there, side by side, one on bottom, one on top, and just kind of working their way around, closing in on Tressler a little bit there.
Yeah, so Jonathan Christensen, like you mentioned, he's in the 27 car, but he scored as the 916. So for the fans at home, we'll be scoring him as the 27 tonight. Well, we'll be calling him the 27 tonight, but you'll see him on the scoring tower as the 916. Just a little heads up there as we get some great racing up front there, guys side by side, and a good look at Paul Dillon out in front of that pack right there. So guys have basically settled down and are just going to feel out the track now. We got 110 laps to go. If I could have our producer bring up our race details, we could go over that for you guys at home too. And there it is, 110 laps at 168 miles. We got stage lap at 40. That's a stage break. Tires in the pits, 3 tires. That's a lot of tires, Chris. I'll tell you that right now. 2 fast repairs and 1 attempt at a green-white checkered. Chris, you've driven these ARCA cars in real life and on the sim. What do you think about the tire wear here at Kansas?
Man, here at Kansas on the sim, the tire wear is I'm not going to say non-existent, but it's not as abrasive as many tracks out there. I think 3 sets is going to be more than enough for these guys. I don't think we're going to be really seeing anybody just not taking tires. I think this is going to be more of a fuel race than anything else. But it's one of those deals where it's kind of going to wait to be seen. But as you can see, Wayne Cannon's usually saving tires. And we've already talked about he's already pushing hard. So I don't think tires are on any of these guys' mind tonight. I think it's going to be all about fuel and getting that clean air out front.
Yeah, as I can remember racing just about anything here at Kansas, fuel and clean air are very, very important to a good race. But as you say, Cannon's pushing his car really, really good. We'll have to see what that's going to do to him at the end of the race. And as these guys are singled out, I want to take a minute right here and just go shout out to one of our sponsors is W Energy. W Energy is a company dedicated to providing high-quality energy drinks designed to enhance focus, endurance, and overall performance. The products are crafted with a blend of natural ingredients, ensuring a clean and effective energy boost without the crash or the jitters commonly associated with other energy drinks. W Energy is committed to helping individuals stay energized and perform at their best, whether during workouts, gaming sessions, or daily activities. Use code I'll take 10 in your next purchase and get 10% off. So that is W Energy, and we are very happy to have them aboard because I could use some energy right now after a long day. I don't know about you, Chris.
Well, I was lucky enough to sleep most of the day. Well, I say most of the day. I spent a lot of the day building setups over with Golden Chef Speed Shop, but I'm working nights now, so it kind of brings me into the booth here with you guys. So I get to work twice as many hours now, and I love it. I love every bit of it.
Well, we really do appreciate your dedication coming up here in the booth and helping us out as we look at the 113, looking on the inside of the 32 of Hunter Carlson. These guys have been very racy lately. Paul Dillon's been up front with all these guys. Makes me want to think, though, Hunter Carlson doesn't seem to be, or doesn't want to push it too much. Oh, as though 16 and him getting to the wall. That's Rothery getting into the 32 of Hunter Carlson there. Oh, and Carlson comes back up the track. I don't know what that happened there.
I don't want to put any words in anybody's mouth, but with Hunter being second in the point standings, and that, man, I don't really want to say, but being second in the point standings, that's going to be frustrating because that's not the first time Harold has gotten tight off of a corner with a car on the outside. And I think it's the first time it's ever been Hunter, but Harold he has a habit of getting tight on a corner exit and just kind of pushing up. I don't think it's intentional by any means, but it's something we have noticed that with his corner exit, maybe his cars are a little tighter than others, but might have been a little bit of frustration there with Hunter after that one, especially being second in the points.
Yeah, I was just going to mention the point, championship chase for the championship right here. I am sure that Hunter is very disappointed about that right now. If we could ask our producer to bring up those points and see what that incident right there, the implications could be after tonight's race. Yeah, so as you're looking right here, Daniel Jones, Daniel Mitchell, Stephen Luttrell, Chris Golden, you're up there in third, but Hunter Carlson's back in fourth place. But you guys were all right under a blanket there. 32, 34 points, 36 points back. I mean, from second to seventh, man, it could be anybody's race.
Really, really could, and that's why every position counts. And to be honest, it's way too early to be racing that hard. I mean, it was lap 11. That's one of those where sometimes you just got to lift, and if you lose 3 or 4 spots, you lose 3 or 4 spots and get them back later. That's definitely one of those situations where you got to lift, and be aware of who's around you. That's going to be an awful deal. And I'm sure I can guarantee you Harold feels terrible about it. I can 100% guarantee that. But it's one of those deals. Nobody is free of ever making a mistake. We all have. But it's one of those deals where this one's going to be amplified because of the point standings.
Absolutely right. And, you hope everybody can get back on the track. I mean, we do have fast repairs. So, Hunter does have a chance to get back on the track, maybe save a little bit and, make his way back up to the front later in the race. We'll just have to pay attention there as the 27 looks like he's taking the lead away from Mitchell, but I don't know why Daniel's in second. I think we missed something under caution there.
I believe so. I don't think anyone pitted. It may be a simple scoring error with iRacing where they haven't got everything sorted out yet. But you're correct. It's showing him scored first and second, and the lights are out on the pace car. So I am not sure what's going on with this one.
All right, so as I looking at the pit counter, everybody did come in once, but Jonathan decided to stay out. So the 27 is going to take us to the green flag here. So we're going to have to watch how this restart goes with 13 laps on his tires, and everybody else looks like they're on lap 1 of their stint.
Ooh, every time that happens, it makes me nervous. These guys are going to take off, and I'm going to tell you, he's going to be three wide a lot on his way to the back of the pack. That's what's about to happen right now. I'm calling it. We'll see if I'm right.
Well, as they cross the green flag, with the 4 wide green flag is out, and they are on their way. The 27 gets an amazing jump, but I'm afraid that these guys are going to chase him down pretty quick as, once again, Wade Cannon just out there trying to make a run for it, and he does, side by side with the leader right now, door to door, going into turn 3 right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these guys are going to do if they're running this hard this early in the race.
I don't know, but I got to be honest. I'm going to eat a little crow here because 27 held his own there pretty good. Christensen held his own through that first lap, but they're starting a freight train around the outside now. So I'm starting to think that momentum's going to come back by quick. But Cannon getting the lead away from Michelle there on that restart, that's going to be a lap led for Cannon. That's some extra bonus points there.
Yeah, and he'll take any points he could get, as we saw the 27 just kind of bobble there, drop to the inside of the track, let some guys go around the outside of him. So, yeah, maybe he is losing a little bit of momentum, but the rest of these guys are falling in line pretty good here. Some good racing, some guys on the high line, some guys on the low line. Everybody's just doing their own thing, trying to find their own traction. A lot of different strategies. We don't know how they're going to work out, but we're going to have to pay attention till the end to see.
100%. I mean, Daniel Michelle has already taken the lead back from Wayne Cannon. He really is notorious for loving the high line around every track, and he was loving the high line here, but he switched it up a little bit to get by Wayne Cannon there because Wayne was sliding up on it on corner exit to block off that high line, and Daniel's dropped down to the bottom here and showing, hey, I'm not just up top all the time. I can run down here too just as well as I can up there. But he's not able to really pull away from Cannon. I mean, Cannon's about a tenth and a half behind Michelle and staying pretty close within 2 to 3 tenths. And this time it's a little different than last because Dylan's right there with Cannon as well. Last time, Cannon had stretched out over a 2.5 second lead on third place following Michelle through the corners.
Yeah, and look who's right back up front with them is Carlson. Hunter Carlson, involved in that earlier wreck, is right back up in 4th place. So, no harm, no foul. Maybe driving a little angry. Maybe he's, wants to get back up front and lead this race. But, yeah, some great racing going on up front.
He's definitely the angry chef side of the Golden Chef Speed Shop. He's the angry chef. When the fire starts, you always know where it's going to be, and it's usually somewhere around Hunter, and he's making a move there on the baked bean mobile of Paul Dillon.
Yeah, we'll have to keep a close eye on this as he dives down to the inside of the track, and he really does like that, the inside. Actually, Hunter just likes all parts of the track. You'll see him go high, you'll see him go low. As he thinks better of it, gets back in line there, and they're off single file. Why they are single file, you've mentioned Golden Chef Speed Shop, so I'd like to shout out our sponsor, Golden Chef Speed Shop. Golden Chef Speed Shop is your go-to iRacing setup shop for fast, affordable performance, owned and operated by Chris Golden and Hunter Carlson. We're focused on giving every driver a competitive edge without breaking the bank. For just $5 per setup, we deliver reliable, race-ready setups built for consistency, speed, and confidence on the track. Whether you're racing for fun or chasing wins, Golden Chef Speed Shop provides quality tuning at the lowest price around. Fast, affordable, competitive. Golden Chef Speed Shop performance you can trust. And, a shameless plug there for you to Chris, but you said you were in the shop all day today, so pretty lucrative thing and time consuming, I can imagine.
Oh, very much so, because with all of our customers, we custom build our sets per car, per track for our customers, and then we have an excellent customer service department where we can kind of go in and customize our favorite setups for our customers and help them adjust to their driving style. So it's an awesome deal, especially for the Golden Racing League, which will be running the dirt street stocks tomorrow, which is what I worked on most of today. So it's going to be a really awesome deal that Hunter and I put together there. And it's good to see him running up front. Close to up front, anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Top 4, that not bad. And we got another guy I haven't talked about much in this series so far, but Robert Weevil is rounding out your top 5. We haven't talked much about him. I don't know how many races he has done with us this year, but yeah, definitely good to see a guy up front that we haven't seen that much. As I take a look at Robert Weevil, actually he's had a couple top 5 and a top 10 in this series, so not a stranger here, as the 113's looking to the inside of the 29 of Wade Cannon. Wade Cannon is on the outside there holding on. Oh, Hunter goes with them. They thought about making it 3 wide. Hunter thinks better of it and just stays tucked right behind Wade Cannon there as they keep going around the track. As I was saying before, Hunter liked that bottom line earlier, but now here he is up on top. So kind of take back my words there. Hunter likes all parts of the track, high and low. Wherever he can find that grip is fine with him, and he's going to make it work. While Chris is away, he's actually at work, and he joins us from work, so he'll be in and out of the booth real quick to run down and take care of stuff. But I would like to shout out 213 Simware, where virtual racing meets real world style. Gear up with 213 Simware's sim racing apparel, perfect for representing your favorite league, team, or driver. Contact them at 213simware at gmail.com for inquiries. 213 Simware is the official apparel company for the 4 Wide Motorsports League. So yeah, great stuff. I've been on their website and checked out some of their apparel. So anybody looking for anything, or anybody has any requests for anything, head over to 213simware.com and see if they got it there for you.
Well, Charles, this is producer Tracy here is just going to jump in while Chris is away extracting the black gold. So I'm going to see if I can help you out just a little bit here. I tell you, Paul Dillon, that 113, man, he just continues to impress me. You know, he just keeps getting better and better every single race, and I just think it's just a matter of time before he's going to get himself a win. He's just running up front so much, you know.
Yeah, he's constantly knocking on the doors, and a couple of real bad breaks at the end of the race here or there, has kind of shut the door on him. But that door is definitely open for him if he could, get up to Daniel and challenge that 25. He definitely has the talent to do it. We've seen him time and time again up front.
Well, one thing it always seems to bite Paul. Obviously, he'll get caught up in some accidents, not of his making, that sort of thing. But he's also had some pit strategy go wrong. I think, hadn't been that long ago, he was running a race, more or less going for broke, and decided to stay out when everybody else pitted. And so, more or less, he had to dive in right around the last few laps. Oh, as we see,
Ooh.
I think that is the 53. Yes, it is. The 53 of Robert Weevil.
53.
Mowing the lawn there, baby.
Going around.
Come on. Keep it going.
Trying to keep it straight, and
There
he
we
keeps
go.
it going. So no caution. Pretty good driving right there, keeping it under control.
Yeah, we just got a couple of trenches through the lawn there, but no big deal. He maintained control, no damage to the car. So we are good to go.
Definitely
man.
loses a couple of spots, and probably flat spots through his wheels a little bit trying to whoa it up. But no harm, no foul. And hopefully you get to the stage break coming up here in 8 laps.
Yeah, I'm going to hand my mic back over to Chris Golden real quick. He does a much better job.
Apologize Apologies for that, gentlemen. The oil field waits for no man.
Pumping
Yeah,
the
you gotta
liquid
get that
gold.
black gold.
Exactly. Drill, baby, drill.
It probably won't be the last time for the broadcast that happens, but it won't be many more times. Maybe just one more if we're lucky.
Hey man, we're just really glad to have you along with us tonight. I know you'd rather be out there in the car tonight, but it's always a treat to have Mr. Chris Golden, Mr. ARCA himself, up here in the broadcast booth. Anything you want to tell the folks at home about the real life side of this, and how taxing that is, compared to doing it online. I know a race is a race, but yeah, can you give us a little feedback on the real life side of it?
Oh man, really the biggest difference that I've noticed in sim racing, because I race in VR with my sim rig, the biggest difference is really just the temperature, the heat, the G-force, how much more taxing it is on your body. Because it's on average it's about 140 degrees in the car. It's about 70 to 80 in my house, so it's not that bad. But the G-force is definitely a major difference there. Constantly pulling on your body, just constantly pulling and pulling and pulling, and it'll wear you out just in itself, just the G-force on your body. Especially larger tracks like Kansas here tonight, the G-force is unmatched. Other than possibly Bristol, Daytona, Talladega, the larger super speedways, but with that being said, I have some great news about the ARCA series. I'll be running Berlin Raceway again this year, and I have been added to NASCAR 26, the console game coming out. Obviously, we did NASCAR 25 this year, but I was overlooked. But I have been added to NASCAR 26. I'll be in the new game there, and really excited about that.
Oh, that's awesome, Chris. So you live on in infamy in a video game that will always have your likes in it.
For sure, 100%. I'm actually really pumped. It's the second video game I've ever been in. The first one was NCAA Football 2010, and as you guys know, they weren't allowed to use our names back then. So second game I'm in, but the first game that'll actually carry my name, my family name that I'm so proud of.
Yeah, that is absolutely huge, and I'm gonna have to go out and just buy me a copy and never open it, just to have your name in it in case you win something on the ARCA circuit and become famous.
Heck yeah, man! Look, producer Tracy back on live on air with you guys. That's something.
Ooh, as Hunter gets in the wall a little bit.
Yeah, we got to commemorate that some way or another. Oh my goodness, I've got to get. I definitely get a copy of that. And we've actually got, who is that? Dingle Hopper 78 in the chat said, wait, I can drive an eggplant next year. That is awesome. So a little shout out to Chris Golden.
That's a good one.
His favorite vegetable is the eggplant. As we see Hunter Carlson kind of scraping the wall. Look, real quick before, when Chris came back in here, Chooch, I was getting ready to ask you. I'm not sure if this is better for you or for Chris, but we're on lap 40 right now, 110, and my curiosity is up. I mean, about how far can we go on fuel?
I am not sure. I know the guys that already came in on that first caution. I think that first caution was about 12 or 13 laps, so I'm sure they topped off then. But now we have the, the yellow flag, the stage break. So they're going to come in and, refuel there. They're on a 29 lap stint. So I'm sure that they're going to need some tires and fuel this round right here. As the pace car meets the 25 there, it looks like everybody's going to be lining up to come in. So as we take this little break here, another person in chat right now is actually Leadfoot. TV from Leadfoot Racing League. So I'd like to give them a shout out as a sponsor of 4Wide. Leadfoot Racing League is an iRacing community owned and operated by Tracy Brown, Lenny Brown, and Landon Brown, dedicated to delivering exciting and competitive racing. The league features late model stock competition every Saturday night with a strong focus on clean driving, fair competition, and sportsmanship. Leadfoot Racing League provides drivers of all skill levels and welcoming and professional environment. The well organized seasons and close on track battles, the league continues to grow as a premier destination for sim racing who love short track racing and high intensity action. Yeah, check out Leadfoot Racing League. Those guys put on that show every Saturday night on the Leadfoot TV network. But yes, as expected, I think most everybody came in that time to take the tires and fuel up. What do you think, Tracy?
Well, I tell you, Charles, the first thing that pops in my mind is we're going to have about 68 laps to go if everything stays green, and I just don't know how far they can go on fuel. I would expect they would have to dive back in at least one more time, even if it goes green. Don't you think? I mean, they'd have to make a green flag pit stop to, if nothing else, just take on fuel.
I'll make a suggestion real quick. I know our other producer, Colton Briner, is out there on the track right now. If you want to pull him in during a caution, pull him down here real quick. He said he would do an in-car interview with us during a caution if we had to. We could ask him.
Okay, he is in here.
Colton Briner.
Yes, sir.
How long is your fuel window? Do you guys think you have enough fuel to make the race after this stage?
We got 30 laps per window.
All right, so
wow.
you definitely have to stop one more time.
Yes, sir.
How's the car tonight, Colton?
Car's looking fast, doing pretty good. Except for that caution, kind of upset about it, but we'll come back here.
Okie dokie. Appreciate you talking with us, Colton. We're going to shoot you back up there to the racer chat. Good luck. And
no problem. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.
I would just like to mention Colton's car. That paint scheme right there is the puzzle pieces for autism awareness, and you know, a company and a product very close to my heart is you know, my son is autistic. He's on the spectrum, so thank you, Colton, for putting that on your car and making awareness to autism and people on the spectrum. Huge thank you for you, buddy.
That is really, really awesome. I love that. We are getting ready to go green here, bud.
Yeah, you want to take us green, Chris?
Yeah, let's go for it, man. Heck yeah. Daniel, Michelle, and Paul Dillon up front, taking off with this one. Not a huge jump, but a little bit there for Michelle. Gets away from Carlson. By the way, amazing custom paint scheme for Hunter Carlson this week, paying homage to Eastern Technical Design. And our producer himself, Tracy Brown, looks like he's going hunting right there on that quarter panel. We got to get a close-up of that next caution. But these guys are ready to rock and roll. They are not playing around, but what I'm looking for is something I might have happened while I was gone, but where is Wayne Cannon? He's fallen all the way back to fourth.
Yeah, I think a pit cycle, everybody, you know, it was a stage break while you were away. Everybody came into the pits. I think some guys had a little bit more fuel than others, or, you know, tire strategy came into play. But he's still right up with the leaders, the top 5 there. So keep an eye on Wayne Cannon. He's been up there all night.
Heck yeah, these top 3, 4, 5 are really rolling through here. All getting pretty single file, pretty much running in Michelle's tire tracks for the most part. Little variations, little snaking here and there. But as soon as I say that, they just split and we go too high, too low.
Look who's underneath Hunter Carlson.
That's what I was just going to say. I want to bring some attention to the 16 and the Hunter Carlson, the 32. They got into it a little earlier. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on this battle right here. I don't think Rotary wants to push it too hard around Carlson. He definitely doesn't want to bark up that tree again, but definitely keep a close eye on this matchup right now.
Oh, for sure. If he, I gotta say, if he squeezes him again, we have to ask ourselves: does he have an issue with Hunter, or does he just not like our producer Tracy on that quarter panel? Who knows?
Well, it's like a big target. It's a big target on that thing there, Mr. Tracy Brown.
I'm telling you, man, that forehead's reflective. That's got to be a distraction right there. It's really, really, really good strategy by Hunter Carlson to make those quarter panels so reflective that it's really going to deter anybody from closing in on those quarter panels.
Yeah, as Hunter Carlson takes a look out to the inside of the 113 of Paul Dillon, and looks like he's going to make that pass stick. But Dillon's not going to make it easy. He looks like he's got that outside line rolling pretty good. It makes you wonder, is Dillon saving enough out there? Is he not using as much tire out there? And these guys on the inside are scrubbing off a little bit more tire. Is that going to bite these guys in the butt on the end of the race? We don't know. They do have one more pit stop. We know they cannot make it fuel to the end of this race. So with about 30 laps left, I guess, is going to be their pit window.
Yeah, that's going to come down to the wire. And we know, and we saw earlier this year, I mean, just our last race, how good Michelle is at saving fuel. So if these guys are able to save enough, we may have a heck of a shootout at the end of this thing.
Oh, absolutely. And, if Daytona this year taught us anything, is fuel saving was an absolute huge part of any race. And if you could save just a second or two, or even a couple tenths more than the other guy next to you, you could get out of the pits that much quicker. Because the other guy's going to take a little bit more fuel than you. It's going to take them a little bit more time in the pits, and that puts guys behind you. So fuel savings is just a gigantic part of this race.
Well, here's the other thing. I think our math was off just a little because we are just now at 60 to go. Because I looked at it originally as 100. This is a 110 lap race that I forgot about, which has bitten me on fuel before. And we're just now at 60 to go, so it's going to be tight for them to make it on 2 stops.
Oh, and there's Wade Cannon to the bottom of the track as the 16, and I believe that was the 69 going 3 wide. Yeah, that was a dangerous spot there to be in, but they all thought better. I think Wayne Cannon backed out of it a little bit. The 16 gathered himself, and good thing they got through that because that was real tight, real quick.
that got a little hairy. They've definitely, this little pack here though, this little pack of 6 is definitely pulled away from the second half of the field. The field just has been split right down the middle between 2 packs of almost 6. We got 6 out front here, then 7 in the back, just kind of rolling through the field. I'm wondering if these guys out back just don't have the speed tonight, or if they're just waiting for the guys up front to get dicey and wad it up.
Yeah, you don't know. The guys up front have a much different strategy than the guys out back, but these guys running this hard out front, that's going to eat at their fuel strategy. The guys in back are taking it a little bit more easy, so maybe that's all part of the plan. As Wade Cannon and the 16 are side by side right now. Oh, no, the 16 dips behind them, and the 69 gives the 16 a little tap there. Say, hey, get out of my way, I'm coming through.
He did. He really just muscled him out of the way there and said, I'm taking this spot. And I don't think he liked that too much. He might have took a little offense to that because they are getting dicey. Somebody bouncing off the wall up there. These guys are not saving anything. They are all dig all the time right now.
Yeah, it seems like Rothy's driving with some purpose tonight, and a lot of guys are trying to get around him or whatever, but he's going to do all he can to get every position he can, because like I said, this, chase for the championship. I know a lot of these guys can't, win or get a top 3, but every position counts in this championship, and they want to be up in the top 10 or the top 5 on these leaderboards at the end of this season, because, bragging rights, 7th is better than 8th, so bragging rights, no matter where you finish, is huge here.
Oh yeah, and a win today for Carlson gets him right up there on Michelle's tail. So the further Michelle falls back, the better it is for Carlson, actually, because Michelle's all the way back to fourth now. But Michelle may be going into his patented fuel saving mode because he's noticed that they're only getting about 30 laps of fuel, and they pitted with about 70 to go, or 60, or we'll say 70 to 75 to go. So it's going to be tough without saving to make it this whole run on one stop.
Yeah, I want to say they're, everybody's about the same on their stent, their 15-lap stent. So you figure maybe another 15 laps to go there. So about a 30-lap average. So yeah, it's gonna be tough with these this fuel window. So Daniel Michel is definitely gonna pull back, and he's gonna let these guys run off that fuel and let them make the decision.
100%. He's going to be one of those where he saves the fuel and he's going to make them choose, and then it's going to be like a game of chess. It's going to be move and counter move, move and counter move. And Daniel Michel is always the one waiting and making the counter move. He waits for someone else to move first, and then he counters with that. So I'm willing to bet that he's basing his strategy off of what everyone else is doing. It's kind of like the old dirt racing term, just put it where they're not. It's the way that Hunter Carlson drives and the way that Daniel Michel manages his race. It's just do the opposite of everyone else, and it's been working out for both of those guys pretty well this year.
Yeah, as we get another change for the leader there, Carlson was leading. He gets passed by Dylan in the 113, and I'm going to tell you what, this matchup between the 16 and Tressler has been absolutely vicious. I think Tressler got into the wall there a little bit and had to back out of it and let Rothery go. But those guys were all over each other for the last 2 laps there. That was amazing to watch towards the back of the field.
Yeah, something happened there for sure, because Tressler was right there. Then all of a sudden he was back there with that backpack. So somebody muscled somebody else, and I think it might have been Rothery over Tressler.
Yeah, we never know. We'll never know the whole story there, but Rothery is driving with the purpose tonight. So everybody else beware. But as you see, Wayne Cannon passing Hunter Carlson there, and here comes Danny Michel looking for the inside. I should say Daniel Michel. I don't want to call him Danny, but yeah, we got some good racing up front here. Like you said, that front pack is kind of checked out from the rest of the field, but some exciting moves here, back and forth.
Really, really is. This Carlson now back there with Michelle. Huh. Okay, so this is intriguing here, watching both of these guys back here not wanting to run. It almost seems like they don't want to run up front because they're getting some really good runs on exit. If you watch their cars, they're getting really good runs on exits. You'll see the noses come up when they're coming out of the corner. They're really on the throttle well, and you'll see the nose dip right there. You'll see the nose dip just a hair where they're lifting to stay in the draft behind these other cars. I can pretty much call it right now. Michel and Carlson are saving fuel to try to get to the end of this on one stop, because if you don't save, you're going to have to two-stop it to get to the end.
Oh, and just as you say that, Wayne Cannon unfortunately breaks up the draft a little bit, got into the outside wall and had to check it up, pull down to the inside, let these other guys get by him so they didn't get run over. But no, you're right, man. I think these guys are going to link up and save as much fuel as they can. This is a fuel race to the very end, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, not even kidding on that fact at all. I mean, Michel took an opportunity to go ahead and go around Cannon, but even Carlson, after Cannon was in the wall, Carlson's still riding behind Cannon. So that kind of makes me think that Michel may have already saved a little more than Carlson, and Carlson's probably concerned about his fuel right now, or else he would have went by Cannon. So we can only speculate, of course, but in my experience, that's probably what I'm seeing right now. And Dylan either has not done the math or just does not care. And he is setting sail.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because we've seen Dylan run out of fuel. We've seen Hunter Carlson run out of fuel. It happens. Guys just do the math. I think you've run out of fuel a couple times. I know I have.
Several times.
Yeah, so you think you got the math in your head, and then you start running laps, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm using a lot more power than I thought I was, and all of a sudden your lap counter goes away. But real quick, we got about 4 or 5 laps left until unscheduled pit stops, the pit window. So I'd like to just talk a little bit about our sponsor, Eastern Technical Designs, the chase for the championship. Eastern Technical Designs and Company is Eastern Technical Designs provides design and drafting services for commercial, industrial, and residential construction. Services include architectural renderings, primarily preliminary plan design, as well as final construction drawings. Construction drawings include all necessary structural, building, plumbing, and mechanical and electrical plans as required to produce a finished building and or structure. This company is owned by the one and only Tracy Brown, the producer of 4Wide Motor Network, as you heard him earlier on the broadcast. If you are in the eastern region of North Carolina, look up ETD for any of your drafting needs. That is Eastern Technical Designs and Company. Mr. Tracy Brown would greatly appreciate that.
I'll tell you what, man, Tracy Brown is definitely doing some drafting right now off the tail of Wayne Cannon, because Carlson is not coming off of there. I guarantee you he can't see anything but spoiler right now, because he looks like he is trying to save every drop he can.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to here. This is all for the points. This is either going to break it or make it. All these guys are within, just a couple points of each other. All around the same 32, 31 or so off the leader. I think 34 was, back to 7th place or something. So 1 or 2 points from 2nd to 7th or 8th. That's insane. That it's anybody's podium there for
sure.
2nd or 3rd place.
And oh, how the mighty have fallen in just less than 10 laps. Rothery has fallen back to 4.5 seconds behind the leader. He was right at the tail end of this pack. And Tressler, 8 seconds back, all the way in 10th. These guys have, for lack of a better term, had an absolute come apart here, and they are just plummeting. Not sure what's going on, but there's an issue somewhere.
Well, it makes me wonder if that, when they were racing around each other, they were racing really hard around each other. And, when you're around another person and you're racing that hard, you tend to burn your stuff up. I know I get caught up in that scenario sometimes. I'm, racing a little too hard, when sometimes it's better just to back off, let the guy go, and then catch him, further down the track. But that's my only thought, is they probably burned each other up trying to get ahead of each other right there.
We got 2 on pit road, Rothery and Schleer. Harold Rothery, Yogi Schleer on pit road, it looks like. Both just went 1 lap down. They are, in fact, on pit road, both of them right there, as well as, so got Rothery, Yogi Schleer, and looks like the 53 of Wivel, I want to say. I'm going to butcher his name, but all 3 of them on pit road right there. Schleer coming off, Wivel coming off, and Rothery still sitting tight. Might go a 2nd lap down here.
Yeah, Rothery might be taking some repairs there or something. But yeah, they're coming up. All these cars are coming up on a 32 lap, 31 lap, 32 lap stint. So we're going to see some pit stops now.
It's looking like Rothery may, as long as he's taken, since we do have 2 fast repairs, I'm thinking Rothery got a speeding penalty. I have no proof of that, just a guess, but I'm willing to bet he got a speeding penalty there. As you can see now, our leaders are starting to come in.
Yeah, I would have to say it's a speeding penalty. You don't want to spend that much time repairing, unless it was he didn't have a meatball or anything, but sometimes some repairs are necessary
Guys,
to keep you moving on the track.
Producer Tracy here. Harold Rothery definitely got a black flag. So did Wayne Cannon, as well as the 69 of Joshua Tressler.
Oh, tough break for those guys. Black flag. Do we know what it was for? Entering the pits too fast, or?
We do not, but the black flags were issued as they entered or as they were on pit road, so I assume it was speeding either entering or exiting. I'm not sure which.
That's a tough break because that's hard to come back from after that. We'll have to see what happens there. We got 36 laps to go in this race, and Daniel Michel back out front. Hunter Carlson right behind him, and Walters looks like he's in second place there as of right now as they blend back out onto the racetrack.
I believe that's going to be the full cycle of pit stops there. That should be everybody. Daniel Michel must have either taken no tires or just right sides because he cycled out to a 5-second lead ahead of second place Hunter Carlson. And then, of course, Ron Walters there sitting in third because of those penalties for Cannon, Tressler, Rothery. That's going to pull quite a few guys up. Ron Walters, Yogi Schleer. Dylan lost a lot of time in the pits. He's 13 seconds back, pitted from the lead. Now 13 seconds back in fifth. Emmett Crow back there, Mindfu Jones in seventh. So a lot of those guys actually made up ground. But as you can see, Tressler still in the pit, probably serving a penalty based on the fact that he had to come back into the pit road. I'm assuming it was unsafe pit entrance or unsafe pit exit since it wasn't a hold. It was a re-pit under green, but Daniel Michel must have only taken no tires or two to get that big of a jump on Carlson. And I'm assuming so because Carlson is gaining quickly, picking him up and putting him down, gaining 0.3 last lap.
Yeah, that's something we're definitely going to keep an eye on, but it looks like Daniel Michel's pit stop was 14.7 seconds, and Hunter Carlson's pit stop was 14.717 seconds. So it looks like Daniel Michel's pit stop was average. I just don't know why he's so far out ahead. We're going to have to ask him.
Yeah, Carlson was actually ahead of Michel when they pitted. Wonder if, we'll be able to ask if Hunter finishes where he's at the podium. We'll be able to ask what happened on that pit stop because I didn't see any penalties, but he could have got loose coming in, could have got loose coming out. Could be any number of things.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to ask, unless the pit stop counter is wrong. That could, weirder things have happened with these programs here. But yeah, that's the story we got on the track. So we're gonna sit back and watch Michel out front with a pretty comfortable lead, and Carlson. We're gonna see if he can keep digging into that lead right there with Walters and Dylan. Dylan now passing Walters for fourth place. Tesler in fifth. So yeah, we got a race here still, guys. Stay tuned.
Yep,
well,
definitely.
Producer, sorry, Chris, didn't mean to step on you, but I just want to mention to you guys in the YouTube chat, Dinglehopper78 said, maybe you got on pit road better. That's about the only thing, because, I mean, it was near identical pit stops, but it either had to be made up getting on the pit road or exiting between Hunter Carlson. Well, for that matter, even Paul Dillon had a neighborhood 14.7. Hunter Carlson had 14.7. So Daniel Michel, but there's a much bigger spread now on the track. Back to you guys.
Also, producer Tracy, this will be a little tidbit for you. If I'm not mistaken, and I may be wrong, but I believe Dinglehopper in our chat is your new favorite driver, David Warmuth from the Golden Racing League. I believe he's number 8, David Warmuth. I'm not 100%, but he has definitely become one of our biggest fans, one of our great drivers, and he is a huge fan of Leadfoot TV, Tracy Brown, and Four Wide Motorsports. So I believe that's our buddy David.
Well, I'm a big fan of his with a pick like he submitted. If that is David, if he is the one, Dinglehopper, maybe you can let us know. That was like the best photo that I've ever had to submit for a driver card in the history of me doing this thing in the last 6-8 months, whatever it is. So anyway, I've got my favorite Canadian, who is Travis Lapanis. And now I'll have, I can't remember where Dingle Hopper is from. But anyway, he will be my favorite mugshot, let's call it. How about that?
That's excellent. As he's rolling on the chat, he's having a good time, laughing. That's awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks everybody for chiming in. And don't forget to leave a comment. Definitely give the broadcast a thumbs up in the YouTube, and subscribe so you can get all of our races. Notifications for all of our races. We definitely appreciate all of you coming along and watching the races with us. So thank you very much for our race fans. FWMN appreciates that greatly. Ooh, Michelle gets a little loose behind a lap car there. The 27, as we said, it's scored as the 916, but he got a little loose behind there coming up on him. We'll have to keep an eye on that if he wants to pass him, or is he just going to ride right behind him, save some fuel? Because, like I said, we got 12 laps under this stent, and we got 25 to go. So that, my math is mathing. That's over 30 laps, and they got to make it to the end. So there might be one more quick pit stop for these guys.
Charles, if they're looking at roughly a 30-lap window for pitting, they're definitely going to have to pit one more time. But with that being said, with 24 to go right now, everybody would be in their window if they pitted for whatever reason at this point. But, I mean, look at the lead that Daniel Michelle has right now. Of course, now Hunter Carlson's really driving hard. He's got it to within, 1.7 seconds. But boy, that's a big difference when it comes to measuring feet on a racetrack.
It definitely makes you wonder. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, he's definitely, I was going to say, Chris, he's definitely got his work cut out for him, but he is digging into the deficit. It's not like he's falling back. He was just over 2 seconds behind, so he's cut off about a half second in, maybe 10 laps or so. So I don't know if he's got enough race left to make up any more. Maybe he can make it up on a pit stop or something, but yeah, it gets by the 27 a little bit faster than Daniel did. But yeah, Chris, what do you got for us?
Well, I was just sitting there thinking when they both came out of the pits, Daniel Michelle was over 5.5 seconds ahead of Hunter Carlson. So that leaves the big question: is Daniel Michelle doing his patented fuel saving just enough to keep Hunter out of reach, while Hunter is also trying to save fuel? I'm curious to see how this one's going to play out, whether they're both going to have to two-stop or they're both going to make it, and what kind of shootout this is going to be on strategy.
Definitely going to come down to some interesting strategy here. And like I said, we got about 16, 17 laps on this stent right here. So, yeah, we're very close to that pit window. If they could save maybe... you think they could save over 30 laps stent? Do you think they could save maybe 3 or 4 laps?
Well, last week at IRP, we ended up being about 10 laps short at IRP. Obviously a lot smaller track, but we were about 10 laps short. It equated to just over 12 miles. Here at Kansas, 12 miles is going to be about 8 to 10 laps as well. It's a little shorter, but still at the same amount. They're using a lot more fuel here. So It's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot harder to save the fuel, but Michelle was able to do it last week and the week before, where personally I ran out coming to the white flag last week and coming to 4 to go the week before. So I haven't figured out the strategy yet, but Michelle has, because he has made it to the end on all of those races. So he knows either he knows something we don't, or he's just got a little extra fuel hose in there to get a couple extra gallons.
Yeah. We don't know. Maybe he puts a basketball in his gas tank and gets a little bit bigger fuel cell than anybody else does. But he knows something anybody else doesn't know. And as we look at the 17, is that Daniel Mindful Jones in the 17? We haven't talked about him at all tonight. Up in 6th place, he's coming in for the pits as you see him check up real hard to get slowed down there.
He is. He's not going to risk it. He's going to go ahead and get his splash now. I'm assuming he might have a set of tires left. I'm sure Tracy could let us know, but I'm not sure. He may get tires here and have fresh rubber to get to the end of this thing, try to make some ground up and just go as hard as he can go to make up that ground. This might be a really good strategy here. Oh, just a gas and go, and he's away. Well, we'll see what he can make up at the end of this.
That was a beautiful pit stop there. 4.7 seconds in and out of that pit stall.
Very, very quick one. And talking about Daniel Michel again, we were actually studying how he was able to save so much fuel. And he does something that a lot of drivers don't do and don't even think about doing, but a very, very large amount of road racers do it. You'll see, think one right off the top of my head in the Cup Series, Shane Van Gisbergen will use the clutch as a lever. Most people just think of the clutch as a switch, but he will use it as a lever similar with a brake, and he's able to save fuel as well as not cancel and arrest his momentum. He does not arrest his momentum, but he'll clutch the car through the corner to both save fuel, keep the momentum up. So he's saving fuel and not losing speed. And there's a lot of guys who don't even have a clutch pedal with their sim rigs. And a lot of guys just don't even think to use it in that manner. But Daniel Michel is very, very good at clutching the car so that he does not lose momentum, but can still save fuel because it's a rapid RPM drop.
Yeah, it is an absolute rapid RPM drop. So if you're not doing it, perfectly and matching RPMs coming back out of that corner, you can get into some trouble saving fuel that way. But if you know how to do it right, it's going to save you a ton of fuel.
Absolutely, and he has got it down to a ballet because he has not slipped, not that I've seen where he has slipped up a single time doing it. And he's even gaining now on Hunter Carlson. He's got him out to about a 2.2 second lead.
Oh, he is gaining. That's tough on Hunter Carlson there. But we do have one more pit stop for each of these guys. I really don't see either of them making 12 laps to the very end. I know we're saying Daniel Michel is that great at it, but that was almost a 40 lap stint with a 30 lap window. So that 10 laps is a lot to ask.
Definitely is, especially at a big 1.5 mile track like Kansas. But we have to remember, not only is he probably clutching the car, but early on in that run, Hunter Carlson gained back 4.5 seconds in a 10-lap stint, but we have smoke coming out of the pits. Ooh. 27 car almost takes out your leader. Yellow flag. That is going to throw a wrench in everybody's strategy.
Right there, that just changes the whole race. When we go back to green, we're going to probably have maybe 6 to 7 laps to go. But you got to imagine these guys are coming down for tires and maybe that splash.
I know that definitely if I am one of the guys that has a set of tires left by some miracle, I am doing backflips right now because brand new tires with potentially 7 to 8 laps to go and a caution that where Yogi Schleer looks like is going to be the lucky dog if that is in effect. You've got 5 cars on the lead lap. So if you have new tires here, this is the time to take them because there's only 5 guys between you and victory. And so if you've got them, now's the time to take them.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't know because Tesla, he's got the lucky dog, but Jones could get back on the lead lap just by not pitting this time.
And get that wave around because he did pit earlier. You're right.
So, and those guys only have 5 or 6 laps on their tires. But all these other guys got to come in, yeah, they're all in. Let's see what this does to the field.
Is Daniel Jones going to stay out and try to make it happen and get the wave around? He's short. Well, maybe. If he has enough fuel to make it, if I were him with no tires in the pits, I would have stayed there, but I'm not in the car.
Absolutely. So there was something we didn't know there that brought him back into the pits, but here comes all our leaders back out on track, and it's going to look like we're going to start it with Daniel and Carlson 1 and 2, and those are your points leaders in contention right there. Paul Dillon in 3rd, Ron Walters in 4th, and it's scoring Mr. Emmett Crow in 5th right now, but he's still in the pit, so that moves Yogi Tesler up to 5th, and he was the one with the wave around.
Yeah, he got the lucky dog and jumps up to 5th place. Oh, Lord have mercy. We are about to see, what can I describe this as? This is going to be absolute mayhem. That's the best way to put it, because I feel like Michelle and Carlson are here. Obviously, they're the 2 drivers in the top 5 that are in the chase right now. The rest of these guys, they have no points on the line. They're not in the chase. I don't believe they're in the chase. And they just want to go out here and prove that they're supposed to be in the chase and get a win. So is somebody going to play spoiler today with Michelle and Carlson, or are one of those guys going to solidify their championship standing with another win today?
Oh, exactly. And we're going to have to watch. We're going to have to pay attention because, Hunter Carlson and Daniel Michelle can only do so much jumping out to a big lead. You got the 113 of Paul Dillon underneath the 25. So who's the better pusher? We got Walters. Is he going to be able to push Carlson enough to keep up with Daniel Michelle? So that's going to come into play. Who's behind these guys is going to be just as important as those guys out front right now also.
I'm going to go ahead and estimate here. We're going to be going green this time. This is going to be a 3-car race between Michelle, Carlson, and Dillon. I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be a 3-car race, and it's going to come down to whether or not Hunter can time Daniel Michelle's jump. If Daniel gets a good jump on Hunter, I think it's going to be race over, and it'll be a 2-car battle for second. But we'll see right here.
Yeah, as the pace car dips down the straightaway, and we go to the restart zone, and
looks like they waved it off.
They did wave it off. I was going to say that was the slowest restart zone I've ever seen there.
It's like, man, these guys are still saving fuel. Crazy.
They must have forgot to unclutch it.
I'm too big an old boy to be getting all antsy like that. I was fired up, ready to roll, and then just have a heart attack over here, just making me jump twice like that.
Well, this is some huge anticipation right now to see what happens at the end of this race. We've waited 110 laps for this. We're 7 to go. Absolutely wonderful way to end the race. The points are on the line. You can't paint a better picture than this right here.
Best picture I can think of right now would be Daniel Michelle and Hunter Carlson taking each other out so they don't get too big of a lead on me since I missed tonight's race. I want Ron Walters to win this race.
Not a biased opinion at all there. But the pace car goes down pit road once again as we got Hunter Carlson, Michelle, and they're off. Going to the green flag, and of course, Daniel Michelle gets a huge jump, the 113 right behind him. Hunter Carlson goes high, comes down into the corner. No, he stays up high, and it looks like it's going to be a race between the 25 and the 113 right now. Does Hunter Carlson have anything for him? Can he get back to him?
Say 6 to go. I'm not sure. I would hope
113 takes a huge dive into the inside of the track. Does he come back up?
Oh, Ooh, he's
Cleared
close.
him.
5 to go. Here comes Hunter
5 to
coming
go.
back.
Yeah, Hunter's coming back. The 113 still there. Hunter has a run to the outside, but the 113 fights him off there. No, Hunter Carlson has it. They're door to door, and Hunter Carlson takes it on the back stretch. As
Oh, he got that momentum up top.
yeah, and he's going to keep using that momentum, and hopefully he can chase down Michelle. And I don't know if these guys can work together to get back up to him, but Daniel Michelle looks like he is checked out.
Hunter gained a tenth that last lap. He went from 4 tenths to 3 tenths. 3 to go. Let's see if he can gain some more. 2.5. 2.5
Oh, he's
tenths.
getting there.
Oh, he's trying. He's doing what Hunter does. He puts it where they ain't. And Daniel moves up, Hunter moves down. Daniel moves down, Hunter moves up. Hunter is running the line that Daniel doesn't want to run. He's making Daniel make the choice instead of being able to react.
Chris, I don't mean to interrupt you there, but look who's in third place right now.
Wayne Cannon. Is that Wayne Cannon?
Wayne,
Who's in third?
Mr. Wayne Cannon sneaks up to third place. I don't even know where he came from.
Last time I looked, he was a lap down. What's happening?
He is a lap down. I'm sorry. He has scored a lap down. He's running in third place, but he has scored a lap down.
Come on, Uncle Wayne, get up there and push Hunter. Push Hunter to the lead. Do it.
Ooh, as Hunter has a chance to get there. We got 3 to go.
2 at the line. Get up there and mix it up, Wayne. Get their way.
Wow, I can't believe Hunter. I can't believe Wayne's up there, but Hunter Carlson's got to do something. He's running out of time. 2 left.
He's going to try to push Wayne out in front of Daniel and get drugged with him. That's what it looks like, and it's getting closed up. But I just don't know if Hunter can. He can't quite get there.
As we're under the white flag now. White flag, Hunter, sponsored by Hunter Carlson. So here we go. This is what you're gonna do.
Oh, Dylan into the wall hard.
Dylan into the wall hard. That's going to take him out of contention. But Hunter's still his last ditch effort. He's got Wayne on the inside, and he has to back out of it.
Oh, Hunter's
doesn't
trying.
Have enough.
He's not going to get there. Dadgummit. Through the grass.
Through the infield. I have never seen that before. He tried to take the shortest cut he could.
Well, he's got some pretty tall grass there on the side of the car that Tracy was hiding in. He was down there looking for Tracy. That was nothing. That was fine. It's a cornfield.
Absolutely. So that gives Daniel Michelle the podium there in first place, and Hunter Carlson in second, Paul Dillon third, Ron Walters is in fourth, Yogi Teschler fifth, Emmett Crow in sixth. Wayne Cannon finishes 7th, Daniel Jones in 8th, Colton Brenier in 9th, and Joshua Tesler in 10th. We got 11th, Harold Rothery in 11th, Robert Weevil in 12th, and Jonathan Christensen in 13th place.
Whew, what a finish.
I'll tell you, at the end there, that got mighty exciting. And when I saw Wayne up there, I didn't realize he was a lap down because I was, where did he come from? And he shot up through it like a cannon. Wayne Cannon.
Coming through there like a Wayne cannon.
Yeah, but that threw a mix and everything. The excitement of first, second, and third, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, what a finish!
I got to be honest, I have never been more excited to hear from our top 3 drivers after a race than I am to hear from these guys.
Yeah, these 3 guys definitely deserve to be on the podium tonight. Consistent race, clean race. They race their hearts out, and it's going to be great to hear their side of the story.
For sure, and we're going to have that as soon as we come back. We're going to pay a few bills here. Let you take a look at a few of our sponsors. We'll take a short break, and we will be right back from Kansas with your top 3.
I'd like to welcome everybody back to FWN Network, Four Wide Motorsports Network, for the conclusion of the Kansas City 110. Brought to you by Eastern Technical Designs. This was the chase for the championship. I have Mr. Chris Golden down in the pit area with Paul Dillon for your third place interview. Chris, what do you got here?
Man, I'm here with Paul. He's celebrating, but he sure wishes it was a win. Paul, tell us a little bit about your race here and how your strategy worked out for you to finish up top three here.
Well, it just drove it to the front. I don't know what happened to Daniel. I don't know if he wore his tires out or what, but yeah, got by him, took the lead. Heading to that pit stop, I ran out of gas. And when it ran out of gas, it hiccuped. The thing tossed me sideways, so I'm dirt tracking it going into the pit lane. So I had to just milk it on the way down. But drove it back to third, so I was pretty happy with that. And then when we came to the restart, I had a shot. I just didn't have enough tires to complete that shot. So I'm just going to keep running up front. I'm going to get there sooner or later.
Oh, man, one of these days. We thought you had him right there off the start because you got a great jump. Like, you jumped right past Hunter right there on the restart, and we really thought you had a shot, but Hunter just put it up there on the top and put it up there on the top shelf where the kids couldn't get it, and just kind of went right on around the outside. But still an awesome run for you today. Man, if you wouldn't have ran out of fuel, do you think that would have gave you a little better run at the end?
I still didn't have the tires. Those two, they had much better tires, or at least I know Hunter did. And if that lap car didn't get in the way, I think Hunter could have taken them. So, nothing you can do with that.
Oh yeah, it's always those darn lap cars. We know how it is, man. It's one of those deals. But heck, buddy, love to have you. Love having your paint schemes in here. Tell us about Rock Solid and some of your other partners tonight, and give them a little hype for putting them up here in top three tonight.
Hey, first of all, I have a sponsor, Rust-Oleum. If you have rust
there
on
we
your
go.
car, don't fix it. Just paint it.
Perfect.
So, but yeah, otherwise, I want to thank you guys. Yeah, putting on a great race. I had a wonderful time. So we'll see you next week and do it again.
Heck yeah, brother. Always a pleasure to have you. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, man.
So as Chris Golden, he's going to run down pit lane. He's going to find our second place finisher, Mr. Hunter Carlson. Chris, did you make it down there to Hunter?
Okay. Oh, I'm coming up right now. Hold on. Hey, Hunter. Hey, second place. Tell us about it. Well, take a breath here.
Yeah, kind of got in a little trouble at the beginning of the race there, but just a little racing deal there. Racing track was real tight at the start of the race, and that's just all that happened. Got tied on the exit and got in me there. Nothing, no hard feelings there. But rest of the race went real smooth. I just real drafty. Felt like a super speedway for the most of the race until you got late in the run. Once you got the green flag pit stops, it was really just the four of us and settle amongst ourselves. I know Wayne got a penalty speeding there. That killed it because he was fast. I think if we had a fourth car there at the end, it would have been real interesting. But that caution really put a wrench in my plan there at the end. And well, it still worked out. I ended up finishing where I was going to probably end up finishing anyways. But all in all, I'll take it.
Oh, for sure. So the question weighing on everybody right now, we kind of talked about it in the broadcast. Paul kind of hinted at it a little bit. Do you think you still had a shot if the lap car didn't get between you and Daniel?
I mean, he was faster. He got around me, so I'm not going to complain there. I just couldn't. The only way I could have gone past Ann was on the bottom, and you can't fall in the foot tracks of someone in these cars, and you got to run the opposite lane. And the only way I would have been able to get around Dan with him running the top was run the bottom. But I don't think I would have came down too much of anything. I lost by 2/10. I probably would have lost by a tenth. That's all I know. All it was.
Got it. Hey, that makes sense, man. That's part of it sometimes. Tell us about Little Tracy on your quarter and the rest of your sponsors out there today.
I want to thank Eastern Technical Designs, our company, for the wonderful Tracy Brown, our producer here, and yeah, I figured I'd give him a little Midwest charm this week. I had fun making it. It looks great. I think it turned out fantastic. Want to thank Four Way Motorsports Network for everything that goes on here, putting on this show. Wayne, obviously, for having the keys to this ride. Want to thank Copperhead Racing, everything they do. Didn't have a teammate here tonight, but it happens. Life happens. But and I want to thank B Main Podcast for keeping me entertained throughout the week. I want to thank Suicide Hotline for always being there for people that have issues with mental health. If you ever have any kind of bad thoughts, call 988 there. And I want to thank Golden Chef Speed Shop and everything that Chris does over there and allowing me to be a part of it.
Heck yeah, we appreciate you, buddy. And last question I'm going to leave you with. We see that Tracy's in a cornfield there. Is it the long way?
Always.
Perfect. Back to you guys.
All right, guys. Excellent, excellent interviews. But ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure on behalf of Four Wide Motorsports to introduce your champion, Mr. Daniel Michelle, champion of the ARCA series here at Four Wide Motorsports. Daniel Michelle, congratulations. Tell us how you feel on amazing championship season, wrapping it up a week or so before the finale.
Yeah, I feel great. It's just been amazing being able to race here. A lot of fun. Every race is real close. Just love being here on the broadcast with you guys. Love hearing the broadcast and talking to you guys. The racing has been great, as I've said. Always at the front. There's at least 5 cars, all tightly packed, and it's always a toss-up. I could lose one easily. All of the ones that I won, I could have lost so quickly. So it's just been a real great season.
Well, I have just one question for you. As we were watching, the fuel window was very important in this race. And before that caution came out, we were wondering, because you were so close to the fuel window there, did you have enough to make it to the end of the race without that caution coming out? Or were you going to have to make a short pit stop for a splash and go?
I was going to have to stop for a splash and go. There was no way I could make it without a car in front of me. So I tried to use the lap car. I believe it was 27 that was ahead of me. But unfortunately, they were a little too slow for that plan to work. So I had to pass them eventually. And then by that point, I just figured I'll take as little fuel as I can, which I would have taken 1.7 gallons, which would have let me get to the end. But once that caution came out, I just took 3.4, make sure I'm good to go. It's not going to be tight, and here we are.
Well, I could tell you what, and we definitely watch your fuel saving abilities, and we thought you might be able to make it, and I'm glad to say that at least you're human, and we could think of you as human again because you would have had to stop anyway. But I am going to give the microphone over to you real quick so you can thank your sponsors, and then I think we're going to go through some championship ceremonies here. So go ahead and thank your sponsors first, and we'll get all that ironed out.
Well, I don't have many actual sponsors. I got Mr. Pip on the car, but the main thing is all the people that support me in iRacing community. Hunter here, allowing me to race with him and joining this league. All you guys for putting on the broadcasts, being admins, making sure the racing goes smooth. All the sessions are well hosted, and just like I said, everyone showing up and being able to race them. It's been a great honor to be in this league and enjoy it as much as I have. and to be the champion, it's special, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy racing with everyone. So we'll see how how much more I can win.
Absolutely amazing, man. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your champion, Mr. Daniel Michelle, the number 25, four wide motorsports champion. I will send it back to my producer, Mr. Tracy Brown, because I think he has something he wants to show everybody.
I do. And I just want to pass along to you, Daniel. Someone in the chat wants us to ask about your clutch usage. Did you use the clutch? I don't know. How much did you use it tonight to help save fuel? They're curious.
Yeah, I couldn't really use the clutch. The speeds at this track are a little too high. You need to have your throttle down, basically pinned for about 90% of the track. So unfortunately, no clutching. Maybe 1% of this race was clutched, but other than that, it was just full throttle, no brake.
I got you, man. Well, on behalf of Four Wide Motorsports, we'd like to present you with the championship t-shirt design. I'm not sure if you can see it here or not, but we've got it up on the screen so that our viewers can see it. And this is kind of what you get for winning the championship here in the ARCA series. We got a nice Four Wide Motorsports across the chest and on the back, presented by 213simware.com. We have Four Wide Motorsports Season 2, the number 25 champion of the ARCA series. So, as a producer, the next question I have, first of all, how you feel about receiving this award? And second of all, are you going to finish out the season now that you got it locked up? You know, anything else? Nothing more that you have to accomplish, but will you be here with us?
Of course, I'm gonna be here. I love this league. It's a lot of fun, like I've said. I wouldn't miss it if I can help it. So I will be here next week for next week's race, and I really do like the shirt. I like the design on the back, so I want to get it. So if I was, say, a fan, I'd definitely purchase one.
Okay, well, I would like to congratulate you as a producer here with Four Wide Motorsports Network, Daniel. Congratulations. We got a few more things here that we'd like to go through real quick before I toss it back to our main broadcasters, guys that know what they're doing. So, and actually, Dinglehopper78 in the YouTube chat has already checked on the purchasing your shirt. So you're going to have to act fast, Daniel, if you want to be the first one to get the championship shirt. Just want to pass that along to you. So, Four Wide Motorsports, we are offering sponsorships for any of our races here. You can become a race name sponsor for $15. You'll become that week's race event and have your logo displayed at top of the running order ticker. I got to work on that. Sorry about it, everyone. I will get better. Pull Award sponsor your name and show your logo for grabbing the Pull Award. $10. Green Flag sponsor every time we transition either from a start, a restart, or whatnot. Green Flag throws. You could become the sponsor there and have your logo display for $7. Caution Flag sponsor. You know, here lately, it's going to be hard to get your money's worth there. It's only $6, but we've had a lot of clean races here. But anyway, I just want to throw it out. That's more or less just congratulating the drivers that we have here being able to put together so many green laps here. But your logo and your name will be shown several times during the race, or couple to several. How about that? And of course, the white flag sponsor, $5, and your logo and name will be shown for the white flag as we finish up the race. That's when everybody's biting nails, pulling hair, that sort of thing. That's the most intense portion. And of course, the checker flag sponsor for $3. You will have the privilege of having your logo displayed next to the winner of the race. And want to mention here, lastly, you can get a full race sponsorship for $45. That'll include everything. And we'll actually bring you on here and let you talk a little bit about the sponsorship that you're bringing to us. And it will also give $5 to the poll award winner, so they can go out and get them a Big Mac or something like that. And the $40 that's left over will go into the league bank and help pay for production of these videos, and also as well as any kind of awards that we give at the end of the year. But anyway, don't want to go on too long there, but you can sponsor any Monday night or Friday night race on iRacing Leagues. They're broadcast live on the 4Wide Motorsports Network YouTube channel. And I also like to mention really quickly that 4Wide Motorsports, we're always looking for new drivers. We're looking for someone who can give Danny Michelle a little bit of competition and perhaps unseat him here. But I kid about that, by the way. He's very good. But anyway, we have iRacing on Monday and Friday nights. We have NASCAR 25 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday nights. It's only on the PC and PS5 only, but we accept drivers of all skill level. The only thing that we ask is you be clean, respectful, and we expect you to have fun, and of course, be able to be clean, respectful, and provide fun so that all the drivers have fun racing around you. So anyway, join us on Discord to get your spot. As you can see, we got discord.gg/4Wide Motorsports. And that's how you can get hooked up. And I will turn on a little QR code here momentarily. And then you can always take a photo of that as well. And join us on Discord. So, guys, that was a mouthful. But anyway, we just want to congratulate Danny Michelle on a great, I mean, man, he just had so many great finishes, so many good races this year or this season. And Hunter Carlson's been nipping right of his bumper. And it just seems like to me that Paul Dillon's been nipping on Hunter Carlson's bumper as well. So I will turn it back over to the professionals to kind of finish this thing up and send us out of here. Chooch, you got a copy, buddy.
Got a copy, Tracy. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, congratulations to Danny Michelle on the championship. And the Eastern Technical Designs chase for the championship is not over. I mean, we crowned our champion, but there is plenty of racing left. And we got to see where all these other guys are going to finish. It is a close race. So join us next Friday, 9 p.m. at same place, same funky channel, FWMN network there for the ARCA series at Las Vegas. And before then, if you would like to join us for our Monday night series, we're going to be in the trucks series, and I believe that's at Bristol. So join us at the trucks at Bristol Monday night. So on behalf of everybody here, I'd like to go over our sponsors really quick, and I would like to thank Eastern Technical Designs and Company, 213 Simware, Golden Racing, W Energy. We got 4Wide Network on YouTube. That's us right here. Angry Chef Designs. We got Golden Racing League. We got Leadfoot Racing League. We got Crowfoot Wraps. LB Sim Shots, Golden Chef Speed Shop, and then the Crown Awards. So thank you everybody for being here. Chris, is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
Not at all. I wish I could be out there with those guys, but it's been an amazing season when I have been able to participate. One obscure sponsor that I guess Daniel Michelle could mention if he would like to would be Recoil Oilfield Services. They're my employer that made it possible for him to win this championship tonight with me being pulled in on nights. I know there was some kind of secret meeting going on about that, so I guess that was why they pulled me in on nights where he could go ahead and win that championship. But we'll see him next season for sure.
Excellent. Well, on behalf of Tracy, our producer Tracy Brown, Chris Golden, I am Charles Chooch Oberg. Thank you for joining us. Join us in next Monday and Friday night, and everybody have a wonderful week. We are all set. Good night.